Hi there, my name's Lydia Boss, and my pronouns are she, her. I am the program director at Artist Trust, and I am sitting in a brightly lit room. I have on some glasses. I have long, curly brown hair, and I'm wearing a navy blue shirt.
And I'm Naomi Day. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm the program coordinator here at Artist Trust. I'm also sitting in a brightly lit room. I have short-ish black brown hair, and I'm wearing a tan shirt. We are here to walk through some helpful tips when applying for the 2027 Artist Trust Fellowships. So let's get started. Artist Trust Fellowships are merit-based awards of $10,000 for practicing artists of exceptional talent and ability residing in Washington State. These unrestricted awards are given annually to artists of any discipline in recognition of artistic excellence and dedication to their practice. Fellowship awards are intended for artists with a well-developed artistic practice and a clear track record of pursuing and advancing their work. The first fellowship awards were selected in 1987, making it Artist Trust's longest-running award program. Artist Trust will award 15 unrestricted $10,000 fellowships to Washington State artists. All eligible applicants who submit a complete fellowship application will be considered for these awards.
So within these awards that Naomi mentioned, there are four named awards with slightly different eligibility criteria. All of our fellowships are for artists residing in Washington State. The Artist Trust Fellowship for Black artists is awarded to an artist of any discipline that identifies as Black, African, or African American. The Greg Kucera Fellowship Award is awarded to a visual artist in Washington State. And then both awards are unrestricted awards of $10,000 made possible thanks to the support of Greg Kucera and Larry Yocom. And then additionally, we have the Lillian Miller Foundation Fellowship Award for Trans and Indigiqueer Artists, which is awarded to an artist of any discipline who self-identifies as trans in its most inclusive sense. This may include transgender, indigiqueer, two-spirit, genderqueer, or non-binary people, and anyone whose gender identity is non-conforming and or different from their gender assigned at birth. This award is made possible thanks to support from the Lillian Miller Foundation. And then finally, we have the Vedon Foundation Fellowship Award for Native artists. This is an unrestricted award of $10,000 to a Native artist of any discipline residing in Washington State. And this award was made possible thanks to support from the Vedon Foundation. We also have a program that's called Meet the Fellows, and this is a storytelling program for fellowship award recipients to create new opportunities to build their network and share their stories and be recognized as a 2027 Artist Trust Fellow. And you can learn more about the Meet the Fellows program by reviewing our guidelines. This is a timeline for the 2027 fellowships. The application opens October 5th and will close on November 2nd. Panel review will begin in November and will end at the very beginning of January. And the panel will meet in mid-January to adjudicate the awards, followed by board approval in February 27 with notification going out in late February. And our public announcement will be in March of next year.
So, artists applying for our 2027 fellowship have to be 18 years of age or older, a Washington State resident at the time of the application and payment, and individual artists or artist teams who are the originators of works of art. Artists who received the fellowship award between 2019 and 2026 received two or more fellowships in a lifetime, or recipients of the James W. Ray Distinguished Artist Award or the Arts Innovator Award are ineligible. Panelists will also review each application based on the following criteria: artistic excellence, the background and experience of the artist, and the artist's continued dedication to their artistic practice. Again, applicants should have a well-developed artistic practice and a clear track record of ongoing artistic activity and growth. For our panel process, all of our applications are reviewed by one multidisciplinary panel consisting of 5 artists from across Washington State. Panelists review all eligible applications online through Submittable, meet to discuss the highest ranked applications, and recommend recipients. Panelists review all applications through a lens of racial and geographic equity, highlighting a range of disciplines and practices. Panelists are confidential until a public announcement again in March 2027.
So the application materials needed to apply for this year's fellowships are a discipline statement, which is 50 words or less, a biography, which is 150 words or less, or up to a minute and a half of audio or video recording. Also an artist statement, which is 350 words or less, or up to 3 minutes of an audio or video recording. Work samples, which our work sample limit is 10, and we'll talk about that a little bit further in our video here, followed by an artist resume, which is 5 pages or less, and an impact statement of 150 words or less. In the following slides, we'll go over each of these components and make sure that you have a clear understanding of what they entail. So first, the discipline statement. In addition to choosing your disciplinary category, which is either literary, media, performing, or visual, which you can see in the guidelines of breakdown of each of those and what kind of falls under each category. You'll also be required to include a discipline statement, and this just gives more context to your artistic practice. So you can use this statement to elaborate. It can be as simple as, I am a poet, or it could be more expansive. Think about how you want to contextualize your practice for the panel.
Your artist biography also helps the panelists understand a little bit more about who you are as an artist. You can write it in first or third person, and you should include information about your background, education, practice, and any accomplishments you'd really like to highlight. It can be personal, it can be fun, or it can be more formal, but it just helps the panel get to know who you are. However you approach the biography, make sure to tell your story and be authentic. Again, this biography can be written, video, or audio format. So for your artist statement, an artist statement is an introduction to your work or a specific body of work. An artist statement gives an overview of concepts, ideas, and themes. It may include information about how your work is developed, why you created it, your vision, influences, and inspirations, your philosophy of art making, and any other details that introduce your work. A strong artist statement will be clear and specific, capture your speaking voice, avoid cliches and jargon, and feel connected to your work samples and other materials. Again, this can be in written, video, or audio format. You can submit your biography or your artist statement as an audio or video file if you prefer. If you're interested in using these formats, we have some guidelines here for you. So for audio, it has to be clear and easy to hear without any background noise, music, or other voices. It shouldn't be edited with auto-tune, speed, or other manipulation, and it shouldn't include more work samples. For video, it should be a low-tech video without any filters, edits, scene changes, reels, or clips. It should be a clear shot of you with nobody else in view, and it shouldn't include any extra work samples in view either. For the biography, again, audio and video files can be up to 1.5 minutes, and for the artist statement, audio and video files can be up to 3 minutes. So please read the guidelines for more details about how to submit these two components as a video and/or audio file if you need.
Thanks, Naomi. So looking at work samples, when uploading your work samples, we do recommend that you lead with your best work and use the best quality of documentation that you have available. If your work is live or interactive, we recommend using video files. And also we have the opportunity for you to include descriptions. The text box will pop up once you upload your file and you can contextualize your work there. Think about the story that you want to tell and use the most captivating moments possible. Remember that your work samples are a representation of your artistic excellence and your capability of continuing to move your artistic practice forward. And we do recommend that you submit only finished pieces of work as work samples. A little bit about the work sample number. The total amount of work samples must equal no more than 10, and one work sample is considered one image, one manuscript page, or 1 minute of video or audio recording. So you can submit up to 10 images, up to 10 minutes of video or audio recording, or 10 manuscript pages, or you could submit a combination of these file types. For example, 2 images, 3 minutes of video, and 5 manuscript pages. That still equals 10. So for more details, please do review the guidelines. And also keep in mind that work samples should be from the last 10 years. For your artist resume, we recommend keeping it simple and straightforward. Please use a template and choose an easy to read font type and size. List related artistic and professional experiences and accomplishments. This could be things like education, grants, fellowships, awards, publications, or other experiences that you've had related to your artistic career. We do recommend that you use consistent formatting and list items in reverse chronological order, starting with the most recent and then going back in time. Please also be sure not to include any images or links within your resume. And your resume is limited to 5 pages or less. Finally, we have the impact statement, and your impact statement should explain how this award will impact the progress of your artistic career or other areas of your life. It explains how the award will make a difference for you and your community. Perhaps you could discuss what the funding and recognition would do for you, your work, and your practice, or you could address how you would use the funding. Just keep in mind that this will look different for each artist.
And finally, we have some general tips when applying for this year's fellowships. Make sure to follow the guidelines. We've created these guidelines to help you when filling out the application, so pay close attention to those. Don't wait until the deadline to start or submit your application. Grant applications really do require time and care, so make sure to give that here. We invite you to have someone to review your application before submitting. It helps to have external eyes on these kinds of submissions. We also suggest that you be clear and concise throughout your application and that you not include any third-party links in your application. They will not be viewed, so make sure to remove those links. And finally, we are here to support you. We have different grant support programs to help you create a strong application. Again, applications open on Monday, October 5th, and don't wait till the last minute to apply. Really start working on it as soon as you can. You can also attend our info session. It will take place on Tuesday, October 6th from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. And you'll be able to learn more about this year's Fellowships Awards there. During this event, our Artist Trust staff will share general information about applying for 2027 fellowships. This isn't a private session, but a space for learning and asking basic questions about the application process. On Thursday, October 15th and Thursday, October 22nd, we are hosting office hours. These are individual consultations with a member of our programs team where you can review your application materials and we can answer any questions you have about the grant application. October 15 appointments will be in person at our office on Capitol Hill in Seattle, and October 22nd appointments will be virtual over Zoom or by phone. On our website, you can also find a reference guide where you can check out materials from past grant recipients and get ideas on how to structure your application. We really recommend you taking a look at these materials if you can. And then remember, the application closes on Monday, November 2nd at midnight. Don't wait till the last minute to start and submit your application. We recommend submitting it before the deadline, actually, because submittable does tend to slow down on the day of. So make sure to give yourself enough time to troubleshoot any issues that might arise, because we are unable to accept late applications under any circumstances.
So if you have any questions about the application, the guidelines, or eligibility requirements, please feel free to reach out to us. Thanks for watching, and we definitely wish you the best of luck and hope to see your application in the pool.